coach after the game. The same thing I told him in Memphis. I'm glad we're not playing them again because they're going to be really good over there. Which is the way they approach the game and their speed. They're so fast, and they keep pressure on you the whole time. But I'm just proud of our guys. I mean, they played tremendous. Thule with the big homer. Uhse with the go-ahead homer. Woodward was outstanding tonight. That's what I've been waiting on for a long time out of him. He's capable of doing that a lot for us in that pressure situation. To do that, you just got to tip your hat to those guys. I've said all along, it's a really tough, it's a really resilient ball club, and they don't ever quit. They give me everything they have. I don't know how many games we played this season, but they've never quit on me one time. No matter if we're up, we're down, whatever it is. It's just a good bunch, and hopefully we get to play for a long time the rest of the way.
Okay, we'll take a question on the Zoom from Colin Cody, please. Colin, I just need you to unmute if you would.
Hey, Coach, can you just speak on how tough this conference is? And like you said, the Tigers, they put up a good fight in Kerrick, Jackson in that first season. I mean, just all around this AAC is just stacked top to bottom.
Well, it's always been a really good league. And what I've said ever since we came in this league, when you come to this tournament, the 8 seed is just as capable of winning as the 1 seed. You see that now with, some of the lower seed guys, that are still hanging around that are really good quality ball clubs. And they've all got good players. They're all committed to baseball. And the American has been a tremendous baseball league for us, since we've been in it. But Kerrick's done a great job over there. Like I said, those kids are tough. They don't stop playing. You can tell what he's doing. The approach he has with the speed to try to create a little chaos on the bases. When Kendrick went at the end of the game, when he went in, whatever inning that was in the middle of the game, I knew we were going to have to hold him because he is so hard to score off of. I mean, the numbers don't lie. He's one of the top pitchers in the country.
And Coach, moving forward, is it always tough to finish such a late game like tonight and, try to mentally get your body physically ready for another game?
No, to me, this team has been playing an elimination situation for about 2.5 months. So, we got off to a slow start. Since we hit conference play, we played really well. But every weekend, every game has been elimination. We tried, we came up half a game short to win the regular season titles. And we knew we couldn't lose a game because East Carolina wasn't going to as well. And this tournament's no different. Our back's against the wall. But for this bunch, they've been that way for a long time. That's not too much for them. And they're resilient. We'll get some rest tonight. We play the second game tomorrow, so they'll get plenty of sleep.
What can you say about your bullpen tonight? I think they had the big inning in the fourth. You make the pitching change. They have the runner at third with a chance to potentially tie it, and you go 5 2/3 scoreless with the pen.
Yeah, I mean, Murray's sitting over there. He's going to give us a chance to win. And Woody was pitching so well, last night I went to Murray at the top of that inning. Tonight we waited till he got a base runner on. I really thought with the conditions the way they were, they wouldn't hit a double. I was planning on going to Murray if we walked him or if they hit a single. And the kid did a good job of blocking that thing off the left field. But, the bullpen was out. I thought Cade Satelli pitched well. I mean, he had some tough luck. I mean, we had a couple bad hops. He just had some really unfortunate errors. The left side of our infield is, I think, the best in the country. And, we had a couple of mishaps over there tonight, and that never happens to us. So I thought Cade gave us exactly what he could. And he got out of a huge jam there in that one inning, or we did, and only giving up 4. That ended up being the ball game. But like I said, and Woody coming in, doing what he did, it's similar to what Miller did, last night. And Murray, we're going to live and die with Justin Murray coming in the 9th.
And then you look ahead to tomorrow. You have to win 2 to move on, but you can't win the second until you win the first. What's the approach you take going into a day like that?
Just the same that we always have. You got to go 1-0 twice. So, our bullpen really is in pretty good shape, to be honest with you. I mean, we got a bunch. We haven't used that many guys, so we just got to have players and pitchers continue to step up. And there's more in our tank offensively than what we've shown since we've been here. We're one of the best offenses in this country and in this conference for sure. So, I'm just waiting on those guys. They did enough to win tonight, and the huge home runs, with Uhse and Thule in conditions where you shouldn't have been able to hit a home run. The wind I've never seen the wind blow that hard in this ballpark, and those guys were able to get 2 out to left field.
All right, nothing more for Coach? All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time tonight. All right.
Uhse. Restaurant.
All right, joined by outfielder Brandon Uhse. Any questions from the Zoom? I'll start, I guess, with the first one. Brandon, just give me your thoughts on how tonight went for you certainly from the offensive standpoint.
I thought tonight, went how kind of our whole season has been. We always battle as it is an offense as a whole, 1 through 9. Tully comes through with the big home run through the wind, and then that just sets the tone for a lot of the guys. Know that we don't need to change our approach. We just keep hitting the ball hard like we always have, and things will go our way.
What was it like in that outfield tonight? As Coach mentioned, the wind was kind of, he's been here a bunch and hasn't seen it as strong maybe as it was tonight. What was it like being out there having to deal with that
The wind's a factor for sure, but I mean, we practice it so much whenever we're back in Houston. Every time there's wind, we always take fly balls, so we're well prepared for it. The coaching staff make sure that we are able to play in those conditions and not worry about anything.
And then just your mindset going into tomorrow. Like I said, you need to win 2 to keep going. You can't win the second until you get the first. How do you approach? But what potentially could be a long day, but you need to also focus on the moment to get to the second.
We approach tomorrow like it's any other game. We all know what's at stake, and we all know that what it took to get here. So we're going to keep grinding our way through these games, and I have every bit of faith in my team that we're going to keep playing.
Great, thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it. All right. Okay, joined now by Owen Woodward. Owen, congratulations on getting through. Can you take us through that fourth inning? When you come to the game and it looks like they're looking to put a squeeze down and potentially scratch that tying run across, and how it went from there.
Whenever I came in for Satelli, there were a couple people on, and worked my way out of it, and then had a great outing and put some innings together, a couple zeros, and Tully hit a home run and just ran with it. Just got to find a way to win those games.
What's the mindset, I guess, of the staff, and when it's an elimination game, like this, right? Backs against the wall. It's a close game. It's a 1-run game. We've seen kind of some crazy games through this tournament already. Factor in a later than normal start. How do you kind of stay locked in on the moment there, and kind of when there's all those variables going around?
It's tough sometimes, and our pitching staff has struggled a little bit this year, but I mean, we've kept our nose on the grindstone and just breathe.
Okay, do we have any other questions for Owen? Owen, thanks for giving us a couple of minutes. Appreciate it. Let's rest. Okay, joined now by Memphis head coach Kerrick Jackson. Coach, we just get your thoughts on the game, and you're just off the field, but maybe your thoughts on the season as a whole as we wind up your first year.
Yeah, I mean, tonight, first of all, recognizing our guys fought hard, but basically the game was the second inning. I mean, when you look at what happened there, 4 runs, 1 earned, that was the game. But we fought back. We matched their crooked number, which is always the toughest thing to do. You look at stats and they say the team that puts up the more crooked numbers is going to win the game, but we come back, we matched that later, and we just kept coming up short. And so we just found ourselves in a situation where we couldn't come back just one more. We made just a couple mistakes there. They hit 2 home runs, and that ultimately becomes the difference between the second, third, and fourth innings. So, on the season as a whole, again, I'm proud of our guys. This first winning season for our program since 2017, if I'm not mistaken. So we had our ups and downs all year, but coming in, new coaching staff, new system, and the way that they kind of battled and adapted to what it was that we were asking them to do to the best of their abilities. I don't think you could ask any more for these kids.
Okay, we'll go to the Zoom for questions. We'll start with Colin Cody, please.
Hey, Coach. Congrats on a successful, first season here. You finished above 500 as your first year as a head coach for the Memphis Tigers. Could you piggyback a little bit more on just what this season meant as you guys kind of build that foundation moving forward?
Well, again, I think it just, you know, we've talked about from day one what the program is going to be about, what our goal is ultimately is to be one of the top programs in the country. And I think we laid a solid foundation with that. And we put people on notice that we're coming, that we're doing the right things, we're recruiting the right kids, we're playing the right way. And we're just going to continue to build this thing and put ourselves in a position where we're considered to be one of the better programs in the country year in and year out. And I think this year was a good start to show that. And all the kids that we'll be bringing in will also show that.
And Coach, like you said, you put this one to bed, but what's next? What's the next steps that you guys move into the summer months and build up for next season?
You know, I think it's just recruiting. I think it's getting our guys that will be returning next year, getting them stronger, continuing to reemphasize the idea of what our program is all about and how we're going to go about our business. Because once we change that culture, which we did a really good job of this year, and that thing is solidified, then everything else will take care of itself. So for us, it's just continue to move that needle forward, continue to advance the program, set new expectations and meet those expectations and continue to roll.
Coach, where do you see, the conference obviously undergoes some changes here in the coming next month, effective July 1. Some schools leaving, some schools coming in. Where do you see Memphis fitting in that equation? And obviously, what you need to do to get in the top half and contend for championships there.
Yeah, you know, we got some good programs that are coming in. You know, UTSA, they were just a week ago, they were ranked in the top 25. Coach Hallmark does a great job and everywhere he's been, they've been successful. UAB, Charlotte, all those teams that are coming, FAU, all those clubs that are coming in, I was going to make it a very deep conference. And right now, ECU is the standard. And so we're putting ourselves in a position that we can go out and match them year in and year out. And again, I think at the end of the day, what I saw, at least in this year and play the conference, if we can just come out and play clean baseball, right? Throw strikes, quality at bats, and play good defense, we'll put ourselves in the top half year in and year out. And I think we're moving in that direction.
Great. Well, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it both today and this week. So.